Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Live with me, Mike Avery, here in my home office tonight, the home studio, on a night that turned out being a very nice night. In fact, we just left the Trap Field, Bay County Conservation and Gun Club, where my grandson Carter was shooting trap for the local high school team. And it was a very, very nice night. All right, my friends, who's along with us so far? We got Mike Sosha with us tonight. Mike, good evening. How are you? Randy, always a pleasure. Chris Hahn. Where are you, Chris? Come on, Chris. There's Chris right there. Paul, good evening. Bernie, how much rain did you end up getting, Bernie? Jerry checking in from Algonac. Nice to have you along, Jerry. Appreciate it. Uncle Johnny. Uncle Johnny, are the littlest with you tonight, Johnny? Larry, Rabbit Homesteading, how are you? Good evening, Mike Sills, Michigan Outdoorsman. I got your pictures, Mike. Obviously haven't posted them yet. I'm telling you what, guy, you know how to pose with a fish. Like the one right there. The one right there in your... Right there. In your profile picture. You know how to pose with fish to make them look good. Hey, Craig, good evening, buddy. How are you? I look forward to fishing with you, Craig, next Thursday, along with Lance Valentine, although I hear Lance actually was in the hospital again last night with kidney stones again. So praying that Lance gets feeling better. Lance is one of the good guys, as are you, Craig. Also, Craig, disappointed to hear that you're not going to be able to golf with us at this year's outing, but I completely understand. Jim, always a pleasure. How are you? Ed, thanks for joining us, Ed. I do certainly appreciate it. Ed, another one of the good guys. My name is Mike Avery. This is Wednesday Night Live. It's something I do every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock on many of my social media outlets. 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks from tonight, I will be live on Saginaw Bay with Mr. Angler Quest himself, Brad Dupuis. We will be fishing walleye on Saginaw Bay out of the Linwood Beach Marina. And I always look forward to that. That's something Brad and I have done for the last several years. It makes for a very good Wednesday Night Live. And I hope that you will be able to tune into that. All right, the news right now. This just happened today. This is regarding the lawsuit by MUCC and the Michigan Trappers and Predator Callers Association. They sued the NRC, saying they did not have the right to close coyote hunting season for part of the year. In fact, today, a Lansing judge issued an opinion in Michigan United Conservation Clubs and the MTCPA lawsuit against the Natural Resources Commission. Judge Cole ruled that the commission acted within their legal authority when they partially closed Michigan's year-round coyote hunting season in March of 2024. Amy Trotter, executive director of MUCC, who was with us last week, said she disagrees. She disagrees. Yeah, Rob, you and your night crawlers. Yep. Bruce, good evening. How are you? What else is going on? That's the main news today, is that the judge ruled against MUCC and the Michigan Trappers and Predator Callers Association. I don't know what to think of this. I don't know. I don't know if this was expected, if this is a surprise or what, but it's certainly not good. Yeah, true. It's not my boat. It'd be okay. It's going to be on Brad Dupuis' boat, Mr. Angler Quest himself. I am scheduled to get my new Angler Quest just about a week from today. So I'm fishing Thursday with Lance and Craig and the crew. So maybe Friday-ish, I'll have a chance to get out, put a couple of hours on it. Well, I'm supposed to put a bunch of hours on it before I troll, right? But listen, it's June 4th right now. So I don't know how many hours I'm actually going to put on it before I troll, but I will do my best to get some hours on that big motor to get it broken in a little bit before I start fishing with it. But it is indeed time to get out there. So what else? Oh, hey, listen, you couldn't see it tonight as I look out the window. You couldn't see it tonight because it's cloudy, but the last several nights, and sunrise the last several days. What about that smoke in the air from the Canada wildfires? Hasn't that been crazy? It's made for some beautiful sunrises and beautiful sunsets, but the smoke has been, I don't know, can my allergies and my wife's allergies and everybody I know have been just crazy the last week or so. Is it from the smoke? I don't know. TJ, good morning or good evening, buddy. How are you? Hey, never a problem. Nobody ever has to apologize to me for not being able to join me on one of my live streams. Corey, good evening. How are you? I got a 225 on this one, Ed. A couple of reasons on that. Because I'm running a 24 footer this year instead of a 26. We wanted to put a deuce and a quarter on there to see how the fuel economy is and how the performance is. Now, the very first Angler Quest I ever ran was a 24 footer and it had a 150 on it. Second one I ran had a 150 on it. And I never noticed a difference in performance. Now, last year, of course, I had the 26 and the 300. So, that's going to get up and go. But we'll see. I think the 225 is going to be just fine. And also, that boat may well go back to the company in just a matter of weeks and be part of their dealer show too. So we'll see. We'll see. Patrick, good evening. How are you? Corey, always a pleasure. Hey, John, still can't get to my deer blind at a camp west of Alpena after 4 weekends with a chainsaw. That is crazy. Now, let me ask you, John, is it a 2-track going into there? Is it a county road? What is holding you up? Now, I know it's trees that came down during the big ice storm, but are you trying to get down a trail, a 2-track, a road, or what is it? But that's just crazy. Hey, Luke. Muskie opener on Lake St. Clair this Saturday. I'll still be there, still getting walleye dragging crawlers in Detroit. That is one of my topics of discussion, Luke, is the Muskie opener on Lake St. Clair. Jeff, how are you, buddy? Welcome back to America. Dave, always a pleasure. Cliff, you're a little late tonight. Lori says it's awful up there. Oh, it's awful with the allergies. Gotcha. Luke says it has to be. My upper respiratory has been suffering the last 10 days or so. Yeah. Yeah, it's been terrible. I mean, since I haven't been able to golf, to fish, I've been playing a lot of golf, and it's been crazy. Mowed the yard the other day, and I was like, Jerry checking in from the Adirondacks. All is well here, Jerry. Thank you for asking. Good evening, Jerry. Another Jerry. Corey bought a new boat, picking it up Friday morning from Erie Marine. What did you get, Corey? Tell us more, tell us more, tell us more. It's pretty exciting, isn't it, Corey? The two most exciting days for a boat owner are the day you get the boat and the day that you sell the boat. At least that's what they say. Bernie, after the initial downpour this morning, it just sprinkled the rest of the day. So a little over half an inch, just enough to get my golf league canceled this morning. It's beautiful out now. And the good thing about this rain is hopefully it'll knock some of the pollen, some of the smoke down. Dennis, good evening. How are you? TJ's asking, John, what part of Atlanta? Mike, good evening. John. Hello, John. Corey says he will be on Lake St. Clair for the Muskie opener, fishing with my buddies at Husky Muskie Charters. Eyes have been itching. Boy, they sure have. Clock on the wall is slow today. A Warrior 238. Nice boat. I think a Warrior was what my buddy Doug Cook has. It's a beautiful boat. Hey, Jason. Good evening, buddy. How are you? Did you usher tonight, Jason? It was fully my intent. It was indeed my intent to come to church tonight, but then I found out that my grandson's trap team had their final shoot of the season, and so obviously I went over there. I wasn't in church last Sunday because my granddaughter had a graduation party. I might not be there this Sunday because it's Walleye for Warriors. So I wanted to go today, but I didn't. Sorry, Lord. Michigan Hardwood Hunters. Good evening. Sean has a 200 on his. He's got a 24-foot family fish more than enough on the bay, and you're able to troll with it. Yeah, that's what I like about. I imagine you have a Merc on there, Sean, if I remember right. I don't use a kicker on my Angler Quest. Would it be nice to have one? Yeah, obviously. And since all the new boats come with a kicker motor mount, it would be an easy thing to do. But on these big motors, even my 300 last year, it's got troll control on it, and you can dial in the RPMs on the big motor in 10 RPM increments. And if I remember right, it would go down to like 650 RPM. So that's pretty slow. John says, yes, just a 2-track ATV trail, 400 acres of hardwoods that look like a hurricane went through. So very hard to even walk on the trails. That's crazy. Jason says, I wasn't there, not my month to Elder. I had to work till 6. Gotcha. Corey, Doug Ward had one. Had one what? Had a 225? Sean has a Honda. Okay. TJ, John, shoot TJ a message. He'd be willing to help out. Oh, absolutely, Craig. Absolutely. Having an autopilot on it. Yes, yes, yes. At least that's what Brad tells me. Once you fish, and I think you've got an autopilot too. Once you fish with an autopilot, it's hard to fish without one. Kayak the Ausable River out of Roscommon. Nice, Roscommon. Mike, did you see a good number of birds this turkey season? My numbers are down. It was a tough season. Mike, no, we did not. The only longbeard we saw, we shot. And I agree with you completely. I am absolutely convinced the number of turkeys in Michigan is down. In fact, it's down across the country. The question is, why? And nobody seems to have an answer. Is it the bird flu? Is it predators? Is it something else? I don't know. But they are certainly down. Crappy in Kansas right now, huh? Oh, Corey, he had a Warrior 238. Gotcha. John, have birds all over near Grayling. Nice. And some pockets of the state are going to. Absolutely, they're going to. Okay, what else? Walleye for Warriors is this weekend on Saginaw Bay. It's based out of the Linwood Beach Marina. It used to be based out of downtown Bay City. The folks at downtown Bay City, to be honest with you, became a little bit difficult to deal with. So the Walleye for Warriors people were looking for a new venue. Linwood Beach Marina said, we will be happy to host you. And though you don't have the number of people that show up to watch the boats come in that you did in downtown Bay City, it's a wonderful venue. And the folks at Linwood Beach Marina are so welcoming and so inviting, and it is such a well-run event. I will not be there on Saturday. I don't think I will be there Sunday morning as the boats leave, but I will certainly be there Sunday afternoon to MC the event. I will be missing a very important family party for that, but I will be there as one way of showing my support for our vets. I got another way of showing support. Rapid River. We'll talk about that in a minute. Predators, coons, yeah. A lot of people are saying that. Hey, Cap, Doug Ward, how have you been, buddy? Doug Ward is one of the good guys. He's not only one of the good guys, he's one of the outstanding anglers out there. And I heard, what was it, Doug, that you turned the Romanex onto a spinnerbait out there, and they were very, very happy with that. This morning, what does it say? 2 beagles broke out in song outside our bedroom window and a trail of one-eyed rabbits running around. Beautiful song to hear, but not that early. TJ, I'm excited to see in a few months that I was unsuccessful for my elk tag. Yeah, don't get too excited. The thing about elk tags, TJ, and you got it figured out. Apply, but assume you will not get a tag. Don't make any plans. Don't get a guide. Don't take your vacation. Just assume that you did not get a tag. And so if lightning strikes and you do, it'll just be a blessing. Ed says, hoping for good weather Saturday and Sunday. Ed's coming down for Walleye for Warriors. Let me ask you this, Ed. You have fished several Walleye for Warriors now. Have you ever had good weather for both days? It's like, no. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, okay, help me out here. Michigan Hardwood Hunters. Is Michigan Hardwood Hunters, is that you, Joe? I wasn't aware of that. Joe Bean here. I think he's saying Joe Bean here. Rained out lawns earlier, so I'm taking advantage, smoking some whole chickens with time off. I think that is you, Joe. Now I know that Michigan Hardwood Hunters is Joe Bean. Thank you, Joe. Dave, good evening. How are you? You are more than welcome for that, Corey. Where'd you go? Upside is the Mike Avery food plot is now looking awesome. He keeps tempting me with that. I think the only out of the area hunt I'm doing this fall is in White River, Ontario, Canada. What's on the bottom there? That was pretty gross. White River, Ontario, Canada for bears with Ron St. Louis of Northern Wilderness Bear Outfitters. Dan, good evening. It is true, Mike. The weather forecast at this point looks pretty good for the weekend. Mickey, my daughter just graduated from the 148th State Police Academy. God bless her. Thank her for her service. And Mickey, must be a very, very proud moment for you. My dad was a cop for 35 years. I grew up in a law enforcement family. I am pro law enforcement, and I know it is a big deal to graduate from the State Police Academy. So tell her congratulations from me, and we thank her for what she's doing. Mike says you'll get a unicorn license before you get an elk license. Ed says, I think one year I will. Good evening, Jeff. How are you? Dean, nice to have you along with us. On Wednesday Night Live, my name is Mike Avery, and this is something I do, again, every Wednesday night, something I want to promote, and I'm going to keep promoting this. The second annual Mike Avery Outdoors Charity Golf Outing to benefit MUCC's youth camp. I am involved right now. Well, I'm involved in more than two charities. But the two main charities that I am involved in involve vets, kids, and the outdoors. Plus the things I do at church. But I think if I'm going to get involved in something, it's obviously going to be outdoor related. The charity golf outing is because it benefits MUCC's youth camp to get kids involved in the outdoors. I checked with Steve Wyndham of MUCC this morning. We're about halfway filled up. We will have a full field of 144 golfers. So we're about halfway there. So I'm not going to tell you if you don't sign up now, you're not going to make it. But the earlier we get everybody locked in and signed up, the earlier we can start making other plans, start addressing the other parts of the outing, like prizes and giveaways and stuff like that. So if you're interested in joining us Friday, July 25th, and you don't have to be an expert golfer, believe me, go to mucc.org/golf, mucc.org/golf. And hopefully you can join us. Okay. Brian, good evening. How are you? Mickey, yes. Michelle says you can always come to the UP and film my bear hunt with Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer. Chris says, I understand all we have is small bucks here, right? Doug Ward, does Craig Plowman golf? He does. Doug, I actually saw I saw Craig and Michelle at our event last year, but Craig can't make it this year. Hey, Michelle, just because Craig can't come, maybe you can come. Joe Bean, yes, I made a channel years ago for my hunting adventures. Nice. Daniel, how have you been, buddy? Kevin Hannes, look forward to the golf outing. Kevin is the guy who is responsible for getting us at the West Branch Country Club. He is the course superintendent there. And about 14 months ago, when we first started talking about this event on air, I said, well, okay, let's do it. Where are we going to do it? And Kevin said, come to the West Branch Country Club. And actually, it has worked out perfectly. TJ, did you hear that the MUCC and MTPCA, Michigan Trappers and Predator Callers Association, had their lawsuit denied for the year-round coyote season? Did I hear about that? Yes, I did. Today, a Lansing judge issued an opinion in the Michigan United Conservation Clubs and Michigan Trappers and Predator Callers Association's lawsuit against the NRC, the Natural Resources Commission. Judge Cole ruled that the commission acted within their legal authority when they partially closed Michigan's year-round coyote hunting season in March 2024. Amy Trotter says, we disagree. So, yes, I have heard about that. The news came out just after I had a conversation with Justin Tomei of MUCC on this week's radio show. More on that coming up. You made a channel several years ago. It's a redo. Paul, good evening. How are you? Tim, nice to have you along with us. Joe, checking in from the SVRC Marketplace. Brian, good evening. Kevin says that he's not an expert golfer, but you're a good golfer, Kevin. I've seen you hit a ball. You're a good golfer. I have been, because I don't have a boat and haven't been fishing yet, I've been playing as much golf as possible, trying to get my game in as good a shape as I can before the outing. I got my wife Denise some new clubs this year, so she's jonesing to go out with me every chance we get. So we've had a lot of fun, and the local course here has one of the local courses has a new clubhouse. So we've been hanging out there. It's been a lot of fun. Scott Hand sitting on the Angler Quest tonight, enjoying the night at Linwood Beach Marina. You want the fish in the morning? I'm going out before I get bogged down with walleye for words. Scott, appreciate that so very much. Can't do it though. Tomorrow, I'm on the air with Art Lewis of WSGW promoting the golf outing. Then I have a dentist appointment because I broke off half of my tooth in the back. And then Friday, we're going down to see my daughter Shelby, my son-in-law Aditya, and our newest grandson, Bodie Buddy. His name's Bodie, but I call him Bodie Buddy. So I can't. We will be at Linwood Beach Marina next Thursday, though. I've booked a trip with Lance Valentine. Craig Plowman and friends are going with us, and that is to satisfy a trip that I gave away to the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, at their charity event. Paul, have you heard of Fisheye Charters on the Bay? I have not, Paul, but that doesn't mean that they're not a good group. I just don't know them. You know what, Brian? That's the first thing I saw. Maybe now that Frank Ragnow has retired, you can get him on the show. That is the first thing I thought of. Well, no, the second thing. The first thing I thought of was, we're going to miss the guy. Second thing I thought of was, yeah, he must have been hurting. And the third thing is, well, maybe that's why he was so hard to get to earlier in the summer, because he had a lot going on he was trying to work through. I am sorry. When is golf out? I am sorry. The golf outing is Friday, July 25th at the West Branch Country Club in West Branch, Michigan. Jim, good evening. How are you? Bill, never a problem. It is July 25th. July 25th at the West Branch Country Club. If you would like to join us, here's the flyer right here. Go to mucc.org/golf, mucc.org/golf. We will have a lot of giveaways. I don't know, Craig. I mean, you're not going to be there, but do you think do you think we might have an African safari, Craig? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. And if not, no big deal. But, oh, my goodness, Craig Plowman. You know this, but my buddy Whitey Feinauer from church, who was one of the guys who got your African safari at our Trinity dinner back in March, he went to Africa to hunt with your buddy, and he shot some beautiful animals. He had a great trip. He said it was the trip of a lifetime. NRC, Tim Binns, NRC's rules are made so they can really do what they want with very little scientific evidence. Come up and play before I'll take you to one of the other courses. I would love to, Kevin. I would love to play the Dream. I would love to play the Nightmare. Can I be completely honest with you, Kevin? My dream, and it's just a dream, it is that the golf outing, the Mike Avery Outdoors charity golf outing, would grow so big that it could not be contained just at the West Branch Country Club, and we would have to take it to another course as well. I know that's maybe not unrealistic. I know that that's maybe unrealistic, but I believe that when you have a good cause and good people get behind it, and you ask for God's help with it to support it and make it successful, it's surprising how big things can be. The only video I'm going to do to the radio show is the opening segment that I do as part of the Behind the Mic segment. That's the only radio show video I plan to do. The video podcast that I'm toying around with is a completely different critter, and I would not likely start that until the fall. Craig, you're my man, buddy. I knew it. I was hesitant to bring that up. And then it was out of my mouth before I even could stop it because that's the way sometimes I work. And you came through, Craig. I got to tell you, man, you are one of the good guys. You really are, Craig. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Another one of the good guys right here, Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer. I know, Johnny. Hang in there, buddy. Very good evening. How are you? I don't know if we have Heather Newhouse or Emil Rousseau on here with us tonight. Let me check my texts. We were going to start a giveaway tonight from the West Branch Visitors Bureau where you could win a $50 gas card, 2 golf passes to either the Dream or the Nightmare, an overnight stay at the newly renovated Lumberjack Lodge, a restaurant gift card, some West Branch swag. We were going to start to give that away tonight, but only if Emil or Heather is here to give that away. Jason Graham, I'm telling you what, folks, we got some big dogs on here tonight. We got Captain Doug Ward of Express Charters out of Au Gres. We got Captain Jason Graham of Send It Charters out of Linwood Beach Marina. These are 2 of the good sticks on Saginaw Bay, and they're with us tonight on Wednesday Night Live. Jason, always a pleasure. I will see you, I suspect, Sunday. I'll be out there for Walleye for Warriors, not fishing. I don't have a boat yet, but you know that. And then I will be back there, Jason, 2 weeks from tonight on the 18th. I'm going to go out and do a Wednesday Night Live on the bay, fishing out of Linwood Beach Marina with Mr. Angler Quest himself, Brad Dupuis, on the new 2025 Angler Quest. And it looks, Jason, you probably know more about this than I do. It looks like I could have my boat by the middle of next week. So getting a very, very late start on things this year, but that's all right. That's all right. It's fine. I want the new Angler Quest QUEST to be as successful as possible in Brad Dupuis. So I am very flexible. We will make it work, whatever has to happen. Randy Murray, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to have you along with us. A couple things here. Again, the news today, a judge in Lansing said, she said that she ruled against the Michigan United Conservation Clubs and she ruled against the Michigan Trappers and Predator Callers Association in their lawsuit challenging the NRC, saying they didn't have the authority to stop coyote hunting year-round. The judge disagreed. She said, yep, they have the authority. More on this because this will continue to be something in the news. Okay, Johnny, I need to get down there and find a guy to go walleye fishing with. Well, okay. How about Jason Graham? How about Doug Ward? Or Johnny? There we go. Yep, good old Facebook. Or Johnny, you can just fish with me anytime. Paul, I think you'll get there, Mike. I got my club put up for the platinum sponsorship and set 4 members to the outing. I'm going to push it. We make it an annual event for us. That's wonderful, Paul. I appreciate that. Last year on this, let me hide this. Last year on this outing right here, the first outing to benefit MUCC's youth camp, my goal, and this was just a goal in the back of my mind, I wanted to raise $10,000. Now I thought, is that even realistic with a first year event? We made $10,000 and change. This year, my goal with the second year event is to clear $30,000. I know that is a very ambitious event, but again, it's a great event for a great cause. Plus, the folks at Security Credit Union jumped in with a top tier, a top dog level sponsorship. So that will help us considerably. If you'd like to join us, go to mucc.org, mucc.org/golf. John says this year he put in for the elk only. I put in for a bull only, and I put in for a bear point. Hot wings, cold beer, and Mike Avery live. Life is good. Amen, brother. Doesn't get much better than that. Thank you. Thank you. Ed Bolanowski says, Johnny Bowler, I'm happy to take you out. Johnny said, would a trout fishing trip be something you could use for the golf outing? Absolutely. Absolutely, Johnny. Thank you. In fact, I'll throw it out here right now. We are looking. If you can't be a part of the golf outing and you can't play with us, or you can't, you can't join us for the event, we are looking for auction items. Craig Plowman says we got an African safari. Gosh, thank you, Craig. Honestly, I think we've got some walleye charters. I think we do have a couple of walleye charters that have been donated. I'll have to look at the list. But if you want to help, reach out. Johnny says, you got it, buddy. Wonderful. Doug says, the Bear Whisperer, he's always welcome on Walleye Express. I tell you what, I'd like to be on the Walleye Express when Doug Ward and Johnny Bowler are shooting the breeze. That would be a fascinating conversation. That would be so cool. Something else that's so cool. I almost didn't make it back in time because I was over at the Bay County Conservation and Gun Club to watch my grandson Carter shoot trap for the high school team. Now, I know that the school year's over, but the high school trap season continues. In fact, their state shoot is in, is it Holt or is it Mason? It's in Mason on a week and a half from today. So it's the third week and a half from now. So it's the 13th. So we will be going down for that. It's a tremendous event to see thousands of kids shoot tens of thousands of rounds safely. There's not a misfire. There's not an accident. There's not an accidental shooting. It is just absolutely wonderful. And it's something I look forward to. And this will be Carter's last year because he's a senior. And I'm just checking something here, my friends. Please. Okay, please bear with me. Good evening, Matt. How are you, buddy? I'm sure Matt Schock knows the news by now that the judge has shot down the MUCC MTPCA lawsuit against the year-round, against the NRC. Doug says, let's do it, Mike. Jump aboard. Paul, that place is huge, too. Paul, help me out. What are we talking about? Forgive me. I'll get a hold of you, Doug and Mike. I'll go fishing with you anytime. Hope you know that. Angie from Pizza Sam's in Midland says they will have something for us. Thank you, Angie. You guys are so generous. You really are. You're good people, too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Craig says, I want to weasel in on that fishing trip aboard the Express Fishing Charters. It might have said Walleye Express. It's Express Fishing Charters. Doug, please forgive me. Captain Jim Robleski, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you along with us. The shoot is at Mason. Oh, my gosh. Larry, oh, my gosh. I know what you're talking about. He says hazelnut coffee stocks dropped a lot today with an LOL. I walked into the radio studio this morning with this jug, my Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation Yeti mug. I would not have bought this because it's too expensive. Yetis in general are too expensive. I don't think they're worth it. Are they good? Yes. Are they worth it? Not in my opinion. But when people give these to me, I will greedily use them. Craig Plowman, Danny Johnson, and the folks at Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation gave me this years ago. I drink out of it all the time. I walked into the studio this morning. I had it full of hot steaming coffee. I got it down about to here, 3/4 full. And I thought, I'm going to need some more coffee. And I saw a big thermos, like a big portable thermos, out in the lunchroom at the radio station full of coffee. Now, I checked it to make sure it was indeed fresh coffee and that it was hot. I didn't check the flavor on it. I put about this much of that coffee in this mug, and I don't know what the hell was in there, but it ruined my coffee. It tasted like I was drinking turpentine. And all I could think of was it was some kind of a weird, crazy hazelnut, mocha, frappe, kula, mana, whatever it is. Oh, it ruined it. Ted, good evening, buddy. How are you? I'll be honest with you, Ted. I did not realize you were part of that event. Now, you're probably very much a part of that event. I just didn't know it. Listen, I'm all about helping vets whenever I can. Vets, kids, outdoors. One of the projects I'm involved in now is a Mike Avery Outdoors signature Rapid River knife. It will be similar to this one because this is a Uper pocket clip. My knife that we're designing now will have red acrylic back here. It's like blood red for bloodshed, for for passion, for service, for courage, for commitment. That blood red acrylic, that's what it's going to symbolize. And then the bottom part here will be a maple, a burl maple handle. It'll have my signature on the blade. It'll, of course, have the Rapid River logo on there, and it might have an Outdoor Magazine radio logo on there somewhere too. Now, the knife will sell. It's not going to be cheap. The knife's going to sell for $225. It is an expensive knife. It's not one of their cheaper knives. It's one of their more expensive knives. You will not be able to use the Avery 15 promo code because most of the proceeds from this knife, I'm not making a dime on it, and Chris is making very little. Most of the proceeds from the Mike Avery Outdoors signature Rapid River knife are going to go to a group called Outdoor Driven. That group was formed to get veterans and first responders. I go back to the first responders, veterans and first responders in the outdoors on outdoor adventures to help them deal with the crap they've had to deal with in their world. First responders, I like that a lot because, again, I go back to the fact that my dad was a cop for 35 years and I have much compassion and love for law enforcement and first responders. So to be able to be involved in a project like this, and right now, Chris Durson of Rapid River, last time I talked with him, we were trying to get just the perfect color red. It was coming out a little bit orange. This week, Chris is in Idaho on that big bear hunt that they had given away. So I don't think much work is being done on it now, but we will talk about that more as it gets closer. So, yeah, anytime I can be involved in a charity that helps kids and vets, and particularly outdoors, if I possibly can, I am definitely involved. Yeah, that whole social science thing, it's a bunch of crap, isn't it, Matt? Todd, congrats, buddy. Got my first spring bear. When you make your bear brats, do you mix pork or bear fat, and what ratio? I send my bear meat off to Michigan Brand, and they make the brats for me. What they put in there, I don't know. It's magic. But it sure is good. No, Emil, we can still do it. Okay, I think we're going to be able to do that giveaway. Johnny Buller says he's going to own one. Johnny says, make one for me. Paul Hudak says he wants to pre-order. They are. It's a great company, isn't it? Thank you. Okay, great. Emil's here. So let's do this right now. What we're going to do, and we're going to do this every Wednesday night for this month. This is a promo from the West Branch Visitors Bureau. It's called the Summer Drive Promotion for June. What you're going to win tonight is a $50 gift card, 2 golf passes to either the Dream or the Nightmare, an overnight stay at the beautiful, newly renovated Lumberjack Lodge, a restaurant gift card to the restaurant there, and some incredible West Branch swag. Now, you have to pick up these prizes at the West Branch Visitors Bureau in West Branch within 30 days. So you got to go up there to get them. We're going to do this for 2 minutes starting right now. Would you like to win all these cool things from the West Branch Visitors Bureau, an advertising partner of mine? I'll put it right out there, but I am proud to work with the West Branch Visitors Bureau because I love that part of the state, and I love the people there. Johnny, 30 years as a firefighter and first responder, and proud to help people. And the stories Johnny tells me are, Johnny said he'd love to win. He'd love to win. Who else wants to win this? A $50 gift card, 2 passes to the Dreamer Lumberjack, overnight stay at the Lumberjack Lodge, gift card, West Branch swag. TJ said he'd love to. Paul, please pick me, pick me, pick me. Dave, I'd like to win something. Jim, that would be amazing. And how? Love to win something like this package. Mickey says, I'm a local. I'd love to win. Johnny says, fed up with liberal appointed judges and politicians who are now making decisions about a state that has such a rich history in outdoors hunting and fishing and trapping. Need to remember this is the voting polls. Yes. Randy, West Branch is awesome. Eric, I would love to win. Cliff would love to win. Eddie would love to win. Dan would love to win. Mike would love to win because I know Mike and Jackie, his wife, were at our Wednesday Night Live at the Lumberjack restaurant back in March, and they loved it. $50 gas card. Yep. 2 golf passes. Me, I'd love to win. 1 minute. 1 minute. Dave says, pick me. Paul always wins. Chris says, pick me, pick me. Oh, Todd said, I'd love to win. Would give it to my brother-in-law, retired fireman. 45 seconds. And explore West Branch. I love West Branch. 30 seconds. Michelle says, pick me. Would be a great package for our 5th wedding anniversary. Michelle, have you been married to that big lug for 5 years already? It doesn't seem that long. Oh, boy, I'm almost out of time. 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Emil, who wins? Man, time has just flown. Emil, while you're doing that, 21 together. Here's who's on the Outdoor Magazine radio show this week. Don Miller talks about muskie fishing on Lake St. Clair. Then Nick Buja of the Michigan Wildlife Council. In our second hour, Lloyd Tanner, the catfish master, talks about Emil. Johnny Bowler. Johnny Bowler, the bear whisperer, wins. Johnny, you could have Ross go over there and pick up your tickets. Johnny Bowler, the bear whisperer, congrats and thank you to the folks from the West Branch Visitors Bureau. Lloyd Tanner talks about catfishing in Michigan. Then Steve Wyndham of MUCC with details on this event right here, the big Mike Avery Outdoors annual charity golf outing. It might be rigged. It might be a little rigged. Sign up at mucc.org/golf. Then our Ask Avery question, I don't have time to get into it, but it's from a listener from SGW, a young man who said, hey, I wasn't there in 1996 when Proposal G was passed. What was it like before then? Well, Justin Tomei of MUCC jumps on board and he explains what it was like. And then in our third hour, Lance Keene talks about salmon fishing on Lake Michigan, and we wrap it all up with wild game chef extraordinaire Dixie Dave Miner. How much does the fishing license cost this year? The same as it cost last year, the year before, and for the previous 10 years. I don't know how much that is because I always buy the combo. I'm not being coy. I just don't know. And I now have the ability to buy my licenses at the senior discount rate, and I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it. If my fishing license is worth X amount of dollars to somebody who's 40 years old, it should be worth X amount of dollars to somebody who's 60, soon to be 7 years old. All right, my friends, I'm telling you what, tonight just absolutely flew by. The time got me by surprise. I didn't know it. But you know what that means? Your stories and laughter keep us beguiled. Every fish that you catch, every heart you embrace brings us closer to nature's grace. My name is Mike Avery. This is Wednesday Night Live. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be live out on Saginaw Bay, fishing out of Linwood Beach Marina with Mr. Angler Quest himself, Brad Dupuis. Check that out. Also, make sure you sign up for the golf outing if you want to be a part of that. If you want to donate prizes or something for our items so we can give auction items to raise money for the cause, love to have you there. My website, MikeAveryOutdoors.com. My email address, Mike@MikeAveryOutdoors.com. Love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. Man, the time flew fast. Have a good night, my friends.